Hello Kids Box 4. Okay, welcome to another online lesson. Okay, just to say, keep practicing the new spellings. Okay, so we've got bought, chose, new, put, read, said and thought. Okay, so keep practicing those spellings. Okay, before we open our pupils' books, what we're going to do is use our notebooks. Okay, so what I want you to do is draw 6 clock circles. So 6 circles, and the circles will represent a clock. Okay, so draw 6 circles, and I'm going to say a time, and I want you to draw the time in those circles. Okay, so remember, you can pause the video after I've said, so you can draw the circle, the time in the circles. Okay, so in the first circle, you can draw 7 o'clock. In number 2 circle, you can draw 11 o'clock. In number 3 circle, you can draw 2 o'clock. In number 4 circle, you can draw 4 o'clock. In number 5 circle, you can draw 6 o'clock. And in number 6 circle, you can draw 9 o'clock. Okay. So that activity is just to refresh us on how we draw the time, how we can draw a clock face and draw the time. Okay, so that's good practice because we're looking at the time in today's lesson. Okay, we're on Pupils Book, page 57. Pupils Book, page 57. Okay. So we are looking at daily routines, okay? So let's listen, and it says listen and correct the actions. Jim's got a new computer game and it's called Kid City. The people in his game do different things every day. Look at what they did yesterday. So we're looking at yesterday, we're looking at the past. Okay, so just to talk about this computer game, do you have a computer game like this? Do you have Sim City, or do you have other computer games where you look at your daily routine or what you're doing? Okay, so just think a moment about that. Do you play games on the internet like this? Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to look at what happened yesterday with these different characters. Okay, we've got different characters, and we're going to look at the numbers, and we're going to listen to the tape script, and we're going to correct the sentences because the sentences are wrong every time. Okay, so the first one, if we look at the first picture, it says, at 7 o'clock, John got dressed. No, at 7 o'clock, John got up. So what you need to do is listen to the tape script and correct it. It will give you a space to correct it. And you're saying no, at, and then say the time. So no, at, that, and then say the time, and then say what they did. Now this is a practice of the past. So we're saying what they did. So they have to be the past simple, past irregular verbs. So try and remember those past simple, past irregular verbs. Okay, so we're going to listen to the tape script now.
1. At 7 o'clock, John got dressed. 2. At 8 o'clock, Mary got up. 3. At 9 o'clock, John went to the cinema. 4. At 10 o'clock, Jack's parents gave him an apple. 5. At 11 o'clock, Peter and Sue had lunch. 6. At 12 o'clock, Jack caught a ball. 7. At 1 o'clock, Mary had breakfast. 8. At 2 o'clock, Mary bought a bus. 9. At 3 o'clock, Sue read a comic. 10. At 4 o'clock, Peter took off his shoes. 11. At 5 o'clock, Mary put on her sweater. 12. At 6 o'clock, Peter went shopping.
Okay, well done. Good attempt. Let's go through the answers and see if you got them all right. Okay, at 7 o'clock, John got dressed. No, at 7 o'clock, John got up. At 8 o'clock, Mary got up. No, at 8 o'clock, Mary got dressed. Number 3, at 9 o'clock, John went to the cinema. No, at 9 o'clock, Jim went to school. Number 4, at 10 o'clock, Jack's parents gave him an apple. No, at 10 o'clock, Jack's parents gave him a present. Number 5, at 11 o'clock, Peter and Sue had lunch. No, at 11 o'clock, Peter and Sue drank milk. Number 6, at 12 o'clock, Jack caught a ball. No, at 12 o'clock, Jack bought a ball. Number 7, at 1 o'clock, Mary had breakfast. No, at 1 o'clock, Mary had lunch. Number 8, at 2 o'clock, Mary bought a bus. No, at 2 o'clock, Mary caught a bus. Number 9, at 3 o'clock, Sue read a comic? No. At 3 o'clock, Sue read a book. Number 10. At 4 o'clock, Peter took off his shoes? No. At 4 o'clock, Peter took off his jumper or Peter took off his sweater. Okay, number 11. At 5 o'clock, Mary put on her sweater? No. At 5 o'clock, Mary put on her shoes. At 6 o'clock, Peter went shopping? No. At 6 o'clock, Peter went to the cinema. Okay, so in this next activity, we're going to ask, what time did Mary get dressed? Okay, so we've got what time did, which puts the question in the past. What time did Mary get dressed? And the answer is, she got dressed at 8 o'clock. So what you need to do is you need to say what time did, and then choose a character. So it could be John, Mary, Jack, Peter, Sue, just one at a time. What time did John get up? Okay. And then let's answer it in the past with a full sentence. He got up at 7 o'clock. So just practice asking and answering questions. Okay, well done for asking and answering questions. Now, at the moment, we can write a little diary about what we did yesterday. Okay, so it's very different from a normal daily life of going to school, but you can write about what you did yesterday. Okay, so you can say, I got up at, and say what time, and say the time that you got up at. We can say I got dressed. So think of lots of past, simple past, irregular verbs that we can use, and be careful with your spellings, and just write a few sentences, maybe 5 or 6 sentences, just so you're practicing writing about the past, about yesterday. Okay, you can write these in your notebooks. Okay, and you can also take a picture of these sentences and send them in so I can check them. Okay, but it's good practice. Okay, now we're on activity book page 57. Okay, and the first task is about maths. Okay, so we've got to answer the questions, but what we're going to do is we're going to practice writing the words of the numbers. Okay, so let's just read the example, the first question. Mary had 47 computer games. She gave her younger brother 15 and her older brother gave her 12. How many has she got now? So we've got to work out, we can write the numbers down to help us to work out our maths. Okay, so we can write 47, and she gave her brother 15, which takes us down. So 47 minus 15 is 32. And then we add 12 onto the 32, and 32 plus 12 is 44. So we write the word 44. Okay, so we've got 40, and then we've got the hyphen in the middle, and then the other part of the number. 40 hyphen 4, 44. Okay, so just read the next questions, work out the answer, and write your answers in the box. We've got another 3 questions there. Okay, the last activity is match the questions and answers. Okay, so have a look at the questions. They're in the past. The first one, what did they give their mother for her birthday? What did they give? Okay, and we can see that number 1 is next to C. They gave her a red scarf. So what you need to do is match the questions and the answers. Okay, so boys and girls, you need to take a photograph of activity book page 57 when you've finished and send it in to us at the English Institute, and I will mark it. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.